welcoming to the stage now is Sean O'Neill.
Alright, we've got a special guest for you guys today. His name is strictly Haval Norman, no middle name. Very professional. Haval, why don't you come on in? Alright. So let's start by introducing you. Your name is Haval Norman, and you are an MD. Where did you go to school?
Taught myself.
All right, that is what I like to hear. Hi, would you like to have a seat? All right, well, Haval is a testicle expert and surgeon. So let's get right onto the topic. Let's not waste any time. So first, how do you feel about your many names?
How many do I have? I've lost count.
I want, when I tell you these names, I want not just how you feel, but deep-seated emotions, like deep in your balls. Like, what do you feel about them? Okay? How about Haval the D-baller Norman?
It's got a ring to it.
Okay. And for our more Latino viewers, El Exterminar de Huevos.
I assume that's a very good one as well. I don't speak whatever that is.
It means destroyer of the balls.
Excellent.
We have simply the butcher.
That's a little quaint.
Yeah. One of my favorites is Handsy Haval because you're so hands-on with your patients.
I think that's a little inaccurate, actually.
Probably the most brutal and slang name would be the Sperm Smasher.
Good work.
Mr. Vasectomy, like Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
The Vasectomizer.
That sounds like a bad movie, though.
We have Haval the Ball Hound, which it goes with some of your famous phrases that you do. You know,
Okay.
your mottos and sayings. Like when you were the one who came up with one way or another, I'm going to find you. I'm gonna get you one way or another, and then you turned it into a pop song. It was a while ago. Remember that one?
I thought I forgot it by now, but...
No, it's very popular, especially in Japan.
Yeah, my hair was a different color back then.
Yeah, what color?
Blonde.
Blonde. Blonde E.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the name you were going by?
Eventually, yeah. I said that was good, but then it wore out.
And
so
then
I
you were
changed
like,
it.
all right, start with Haval, drop the middle name. That's for unprofessional people, and then add Norman, so you're relatable to other Americans. All right. Well, let's start with some of your famous sayings. And why don't you tell me how you came up with them, what the thought process was, and how well they worked for you in your career. And you say a lot of these, like, after the operation's complete, before the operation, to random people on the street. That's at least what I've heard, and I understand. You can shed some light on this.
All right.
After an operation, a lot of times you just look at the patient and go, they were asking for it.
I sometimes say that before the operation, too.
Okay, yeah. There's not enough room for two of you. Keep in mind, we're talking about the vasectomy, the region that this is done in.
I think that one was inspired by the shocking trend of skinny jeans. There just really isn't room for two of them.
You're right. Probably your most famous business motto was "Love ladies, hate babies. Come see Haval."
Yeah, a lot of people think it's out there, but I was really surprised by how much men seem to understand and connect with the message. So
I felt a personal connection.
yeah, so
I was walking by the whiteboards, and I was just like, oh my god, this is a great message, especially for the kids. Because they need to be ready early, because this can get rid of teenage pregnancy.
absolutely.
And I know that that's one of your key issues.
Yeah.
And getting rid of the
Pregnancy in
spawn of
general.
God. I'm sorry, some of these just seem so inappropriate, but I know they're all yours. I know balls like the back of my hand. Sweet and simple.
Well, you can do a lot of fine dexterous work with the back of your hands. So.
Just really like, just getting a good like weight, like a
Well,
weight scale.
sometimes once you get it down to the finer kind of the end stages of it, all you gotta do is go and then off.
Just a nice, a quick pimp slap with your rudimentary strength. Okay. Just a lot of times, I know you're a very friendly doctor. There's a lot of oops, lost one. Like, just kidding, it's in this jar.
Yeah, I mean, you never really lose one. The operating table is on the floor
Do you
somewhere.
slide around a lot?
They have been known to roll out of the room.
Do you ever play catch with them? With Mr. Roby? No, you guys male holiday?
Occasionally, but we usually forget to bring our gloves. So we can't really play baseball with them anymore.
What would you use for the stick?
That would be the other department.
Oh, okay. By other department, you mean?
Yes.
That's strange. More than two? Does that happen often?
More than you'd think.
More than, okay.
So,
Interesting. Oh, if I were to say 1 out of 1,000 men, how many of them have an extra fellow down there?
probably 100 or so.
100 out of 1,000.
Yeah, at least the ones that come to see me.
Okay, that's understandable.
Probably that's the reason why they came to see
Do
me.
they
in the first place.
just get like the simple operation? Do they lose all 3? Just 1, 2? What's this normal procedure for that
Well,
kind
the
of
normal
thing?
procedure is per 2 basis, so they would have to pay an extra 50%.
That's
Well, actually, we do offer special rates, so it's only a 30% extra for the
Okay.
third one.
So that would almost
there is
come
a
to a
sort of-
grand total of around $7 to $6.
Yeah, so there is a discount. So we do appreciate repeat
Alright, so
business.
just a plug right here, Haval. Discounts if you're a man with extra.
Yeah.
We're not even done with side 1, so Stacy.
We just like the discount.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I might need to go. Everything must go. That's a sad one to hear, but also exciting because it's like you're having a fire sale down there. Like
Occasionally,
everything must go.
occasionally it's very difficult to make sure you're only restricting yourself to the specified operation and just hacking away randomly, but I haven't had too many lawsuits.
This one involves Nurse Rhodey, who I know is a big fan of your work and very sad he could not be here today.
Just big in general.
You guys are comfortable. I guess that's what happens when you're throwing balls around all the time. Nurse, bring me the hedge clippers. We got a feisty pair here.
Occasionally, there's a need for hedge clippers. I mean, you have to work.
How rusty? Are they your personal pair of hedge clippers?
No, they're roadies.
The Rhodey's, okay.
He doesn't garden very often, so they
Doesn't, okay.
get a little rusty. But, you know, sometimes it helps just to have a little bit of iron.
Just a
in
little
there.
bit of friction.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Sometimes the tetanus works perfectly to sterilize.
Well, yes, I mean, it just locks it all right up for you.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yeah.
I know more about vasectomies than I thought I did. One of my favorites, though, has to be just because you're very just professional and in some ways just fun-loving man.
Absolutely.
That when you're walking down the street, sometimes when you see someone who might be a future patient or just a random person on the street, you bend down right here and say, "I know where you live." Because you always know where they are.
Yeah, it's very hard to resist the urge to sometimes, if you see a particular person that really should be one of your patients, to just reach in and put a business card
You
right
see
there.
them with the fedora and the wife beater on, and then like 2 ladies around them that both have like heavy tattooage going on,
Yeah.
and then like 1 eye, and you're like, that's a man who needs a vasectomy.
Yep, so you just put a business card and just tuck it in the trousers and just say, "See you soon."